All right, so Chennai clearly is crumbling on its feet because governance has taken a backseat over politics. So let's get you the latest on that front. As far as the merger talks are concerned, has there been any development over the last few weeks? We've been seeing, of course, the EPS and OPS camp playing politics over the same. And now it looks like they reached another roadblock with Paneerselvam now slamming E. Palnisamy, saying that he's still in cohorts with arrested TTV Dinakaran. In fact, this is the strongest allegation that O. Paneerselvam has said, making it very clear that the OPS camp believes that EPS is yet to come through on his promise of ousting Sashikala Natarajan as well as TTV Dinakaran from the party. Now, Team EPS in response has said that they're not in any position to promise anything but will be open to a discussion. This is in response to the OPS camp's two demands for a CBI inquiry into Jayalalitha's death and, of course, for the ouster of the Manargudi family from the party. The OPS camp finally issued an ultimatum to the EPS team to fulfill their key demands by Tuesday evening. That was yesterday. Nothing's happened so far, so it looks like possibly we could be looking at the end of the road for talks between the EPS and OPS faction for any sort of merger. And to get in more details on that, I want to go across to Priyambada, who's joining us on this broadcast. Good morning, Priyambada. Are we expecting any developments to take place today, or do you think this is the end of the road for any expectation really of a merger to take place?
Good morning. Absolutely. Like even yesterday, the problem is both the camps seem to be changing their minds quite often. We do know for a fact that the back channel talks are happening and whatever the official merger talks have not begun. So they obviously have a lot of stumbling blocks like who's going to be the chief minister. That's why probably it is tough. And also the factor that BJP probably is assuring EPS camp as well that the government can be kept intact for the next 3 years if they decide to ally with them. So and that's the reason why yesterday in the cabinet meeting an oral instruction was given to everyone not to speak against the BJP government. So these factors are probably now preventing EPS to also come forward and take the merger talks on. And for OPS, there is nothing much he can do. He has only support of 12 MLAs. So yesterday, OPS has announced that he's going to go on a 5-day tour across Tamil Nadu to gather support of the people, and that's probably the least he can do. However, EPS team officially still maintains that they are open for any talks which comes without conditions, and everything else should be negotiable. As experts believe that it's not likely to happen anytime soon because both the parties have too many power centers who want the larger pound of the flesh, and it's not happening anytime soon.
And, you know, interestingly, I think this is the result of a massive ego war that we've been witnessing, Priyambada. And how long really will the city of Chennai, will the people of Tamil Nadu be held at ransom while, you know, these supposed merger talks, the supposed ego politics take center stage here in Tamil Nadu? Governance has taken a backseat even as these two camps continue to squabble. I want to cut across to some reactions that we got in yesterday from both camps on where exactly they stand as far as this merger is concerned.
Mr. K.P. Munusamy, former minister, had made it very clear that the conditions laid down with regard to the probe into the mysterious death of Honorable Puratchi Thalavi Amma and the removal of Sasikala family from the party are preconditions for any talks that subsists as on date.
கண்டிப்பா எங்க தரப்புல தெளிவா இருக்கும். அவங்க தரப்புலயும் எப்போ வந்தாலும் நிபந்தனையற்ற பேச்சுக்கு நாங்க தயாரா இருக்குன்னு நேற்று கூட சிஎம் பேசியிருக்காங்க. கண்டிப்பா நிச்சயமா ஒரு நல்ல சுமூகமா இருக்கும். இப்போதைக்கு தேவை நிபந்தனையற்ற பேச்சுவார்த்தைக்கு வாங்க. எதா இருந்தாலும் பேசினாதான் என்னன்னு தெரியும்.
So those are the reactions that you heard from both the OPS and the EPS camp. Priyambada, what do you think? Do you think that the EPS camp possibly is a little hesitant to give in to the demands of O. Paneerselvam? They did promise that they would oust Sashikala and co from the party. They haven't really done that on the ground. We saw that picture that went viral yesterday of 3 state ministers and MLAs standing alongside Sashikala's husband and brother.
Absolutely. Don't think they are very much keen because there are a lot of power politics, power plays within the EPS faction because there are at least 12 MLAs, 20 MLAs who are staunch supporters of Shashikala and TTV Dinakaran who are handpicked by them and they're not ready to give it. And EPS himself is hesitant because he knows when the merger talk happens, oh, and if the merger happens, OPS is going to become all powerful. EPS versus OPS has been happening in AIADMK ever since Jayalalitha's time. Both these factions, both these leaders did not like each other, did not see eye to eye. And what kept them together was Jayalalitha. So obviously, there is hesitation on both the sides, whether to sideline PCV Dinakaran or not, because the Shashikala family still has the money and the control to some extent as to what is happening within the party.
All right, Premvada, thanks so much for joining us with those details on the developments as far as the merger talks are concerned. It looks like it's all but over at this point. May 5th, O. Pannirselvam embarks on a statewide tour. Many are connecting the dots, saying that, look, that is the deadline that Pannirselvam has given for some sort of developments to take place, or else he will officially suspend talks and also ensure that he disintegrates the 7-member team that he brought together just to ensure that there is some sort of a dialogue with the EPS camp. Looks like there will be no merger on the cards as of now.